Bullshit.
Please don't do that. I want to go back to the music for a couple of seconds. For some reason, I want the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, me too.
CD or album available?
Yeah, we're working on that right now. We're mixing and mastering, and it should be out hopefully this month.
I get the first copy.
Yeah, actually, an interesting thing though is I think if you, besides iTunes and stuff like that, if you want to get it direct, you can actually go to MikeShinoda.com and get it. We might be putting up MikeShinoda, and we might be putting up a couple of like special edition things, like maybe some signed stuffs for you guys. So,
check out MikeShinoda.com for some good music goodies. We got somebody right here.
Yeah, when it came to, like, I knew I was making a martial arts film from the beginning, but I knew that they were a SWAT team and they have a lot of weapons going in, and I really hate watching people that have, you know, machine gun, a handgun, and then a knife and a stick, decide to go, come on, with the hands. It just didn't make sense. So I wanted it to be like a logical progression as we go along through the film. So, yeah, it was...
Less high-tech as it goes.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of gets more stripped down and more stripped down as we go along. And so the idea was to kind of get it to feel like everything felt natural, that you wouldn't sort of question why they suddenly fight hand to hand towards the end of the film, but it made sense that we got there.
All the bullets.
Yeah, all the guns had been destroyed. And even down to like losing things like helmets as well. So we had to figure out those key moments where we could get rid of the helmets, when we could get rid of the gloves, the vest, and everything else.
Does it matter if a lot of the police officers are so like unrecognizable, interchangeable? I mean, most of them are just kind of...
Yeah, a lot of them are father.
Yeah, but in a good way. In a very good way. I would like to know if you can speak on this at all. If not, that's cool. But did you have any problems with the MPAA or the rating system? Alright, fair enough.
We got there.
Alright, you got the R. They got their R. And this is the version that will be released theatrically.
This is the version.
So if anybody here thinks that this is a soft R, you're nutty.
It comes out March 23rd. I thought it was just like, something put that in.
March 23rd, New York and LA, and it's to expand in weeks after that. I believe it opens here on the 30th or the week after that, but it will expand because all the movie nerds and all the bloggers and all the critics have been talking about it, and everybody from like nerds like me to high-end, real fancy film critics, everybody is falling in love with this movie because it's a pure distillation of what we want from an action movie. We don't want 3 action scenes punctuated by blather for 25 minutes. We want that, right? I mean, that's right. 3 long, airy conversations punctuated by a chase scene and a shootout, and then you go home. This is ruining. This is going to make Hollywood very angry. Michael Bay is a pussy. All right. I would like to take some questions from up top. Is there anybody? Nobody jumped in?
Yeah, there's one here.
There we go. Go ahead.
Hey, got a quick question. Your lead, the rookie, where the hell did you find that guy?
I found him doing the documentary. He was like one of the students of a master that we were filming. So.
You know what? Tell him about the guy with the machete with the bug eyes.
Okay, I'll tell you about him.
That was one of my favorite guys. But I couldn't believe where he came from.
He's an architect.
You really don't want to screw up one of these floor plans.
Yeah, he's an architect and he studied martial art, and we did like a huge sort of casting session for like a different film that we wanted to make first, and we saw about 300 or 400 different people come in, and he was one of them, and
You have to be noteworthy, right?
Yeah, he was great.
You have to notice things.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean his whole demeanor is really great in the film as well, and he's such a nice guy, like really, really funny. All these people that stab everyone in the face, they're so nice in reality.
We even had money on the sequel, you'd say, well, that guy actually did stab 6 guys with a shit. I don't know, we're not working with him again.
We actually met, I was kind of telling you before, but we met a guy named Mad Dog, like tough. I mean, he's like so scary in this film. But see, I had already seen the film, we were working on the film at the time, and I was on tour in Indonesia. and he came to our Lincoln Park show there. And so I introduced him to the rest of my bandmates who had not seen the film, and they I told them, like, this is who's coming, like him and a couple people from the production team, and he's like a badass. You won't believe it, right? And so they meet this guy, and he comes in, and he's this tall. Like, he's like, tiny, and the whole time he was so nice.
Show your bandmates the film yet?
I hadn't at the time,
Okay.
right? And so they did the whole thing, they're like, yeah, nice to meet you, cool, enjoy the show. And then this week, they saw the film for the first time, and I got a call, like, right after.
Get him over
from
here!
our guitar player who was like, dude, that was the same guy? Like, he's a beast. I can't believe that's the same guy.
I mean, were there moments where you were on the set going, I knew that they could do this, but holy shit. Like, were you ever just going, wow, I can't believe they can do this?
That whole final fight, like, the shoot was really tough. Like, our shortest day was about 16 to 17 hours. My longest day was 26. So it gets a little hairy at times, and but that whole final fight was just brutal. But the guys, they really pushed hard. Yeah, they were. But one of the things we do, like, we cut the fight while we're shooting it as well. So then gradually, like every single day, they can see the progress of it, so they can see if it's working or not, and then that can kind of give a little bit of a boost. Then, yeah.
That's excellent. Right here?
Yeah, a couple of questions. One, how many injuries did you have?
Question.
And two, when the Blu-ray comes out, is there going to be like a Blu-ray?
I think those questions he asked, were there any injuries on set, and will there be a blooper reel on the DVD? I believe those questions might be related.
I wasn't injured personally. But yeah, unfortunately, we had a couple of moments which were sort of hot and mouth in a way. Like one guy in the corridor when they fight him, another guy gets stabbed in the throat. Okay, so what happened to him is he sticks the knife stick up and pulls him in, and then puts the knife up. Now we have the camera from the side, so we can get the knife to go just over the shoulder. So the blocking is safe. Everyone smiles at the end of the shot, and they're all happy. But what happened is, as he got pulled down, instead of his sort of head coming down straight, and then reaction, his head came down and it went to the side. So we had right in the way of the knife. The knife was made out of wood, but it still went through the skin. And he could feel the bone through the handle of the knife into his mouth. And
So when we see that on the DVD?
It was like 1 inch away from his eye. So that was this is fine, but this is fucked. So
Killed him. Got it on the camera.
But he was okay. I mean, he got cut, and then we sent him out. We put a plaster on him, gave him a cup of tea, and then came back out.
It's health insurance. What's your favorite kill in the whole movie?
This changes every time, but
Mine's the door.
I kind of like, yeah, the door's cool.
I mean, because I did the press screening too. It was beautiful. They throw him through the door. The entire audience goes, "Oh!" Then you cut back and see that his neck was gashed from the actual wood, and everyone goes again, "Oh!"
I think the door one is pretty good, but I kind of, yeah, the back one's again.
If people don't see you coming, that's fine. They're like, "What? He's supposed to fall all the way down like everyone."
He got injured in that one.
Pretty rough.
But the injury in that one is different, because the way we shot that scene with the backbreak, I think, is that we did it in 3 separate stages. So 3 shots stitched together. So the first one is like a big fall over, blah, blah, blah. We followed him down and we put crash mats out. So we took the wall out and put crash mats in his place. So he's supposed to land there, boom, and he's got a wire to control his path. Then after that, we put the wall back in, the camera's locked in position. Then we lift him up 1 meter up, drop him on his arse so that his back can come down one side. Then we drop him on his back so his legs can come down the other side. And then all 3 kind of get stitched together to make you all freak out. And what happened was on the very first shot when we did the big flip, the guys who were pulling the wire, they pulled it a little bit too hard. And so instead of coming down nicely on an angle, he just fucking shot across, smashed the back of his head against the wall at the top, and then bounced off. The wire slipped out of their hands, so then he fell. But because of the bounce off the wall, he fell on the trajectory, and he missed all the crash mats we put out for him. Selfish bastard, yeah. And the concrete down below 5 meters down.
Who here thinks that Gareth is probably a better film editor than he gives himself credit for? Because I would not have known. I would not have known
follow